and I'm sorry I haven't a clue. The antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane in London's glitzy West End. The first theatre on this site was built in the early years of the English Restoration. When King Charles II became such a regular visitor here, he even had private entertaining rooms. On one notorious evening, the manager was required to procure 6 orange cellar girls who were told to take a case of brandy and pander to the king. No one dared ask what he wanted to pander for. In addition to his most famous mistress, Nell Gwyn, Charles entertained at least a dozen others here. A page from his private diary lists just some of them. 1, Barbara Villiers. 2, Lady Castlemaine. 3, Moll Davis. 4, Elizabeth Killigrew. 4:30, break for tea and cakes. 5 o'clock, the Duchess of Portsmouth. Number 173 Drury Lane was the location of the first ever Sainsbury's store. Having done away with counter service, Sainsbury's revolutionised retail marketing with shoppers choosing goods from the shelves in a system which became known as shoplifting. Covent Garden is home to the London Transport Museum with a fine display of double-decker buses and tube trains. There's also an electrically powered scale model underground escalator which has fascinated Londoners queuing up, eager to learn what a working escalator looks like. This part of London and down to the docks in the East End was heavily bombed during World War II, but the Blitz created a community spirit. If a neighbour's house was hit by a bomb, cheery cockneys would quickly be in the street outside with food, clothing, furniture and everything else they'd looted. The British Library Sound Archive is just up the road from here. It contains collections of recorded sound dating back to 1905, but they constantly add important recordings which it's felt must be preserved for the nation. No need to trouble themselves today. As I say, let's meet the teams. They are on my left, Barry Cryer and Graham Garden. And on my right, Timber Taylor and Victoria Wood. And making a welcome return and eager to enjoy the action, it's our scorer, the ever-delightful Samantha. Okay, well, the first round this week is about titles. Movies, books and TV shows can all be spoiled by having the wrong words in their title. For example, back in the 70s, the Mike and Bernie Winters show was completely ruined after someone put the words Mike and Bernie Winters in the title. This week we're looking at movie titles. I'd like the teams to suggest famous movies which have been rendered much less appealing by the addition of just one extra word to the title. So Barry, you can start.
Cliff Richard III.
Tim.
The Italian Job Centre.
Victoria.
We need to talk about dishwashers, Kevin.
Graham.
Some like it, hot pot. One Direction Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Sex toy story.
Captain Mark Phillips.
Guys and inflatable dolls.
Les Dennis Miserable.
Cool Hand, Dr. Luke.
Finding Nemo delicious.
Double bill here, Spider-Man United 3. Nottingham Forest Gump.
Well, the next game is called One Song to the Tune of Another. This is where I ask the teams to attempt to sing the lyrics of one song to the tune of a different song. It's worth noting that singing the words of a song to the wrong tune is remarkably difficult to turn into a fine display of top-line comedy, which is why the teams have never bothered. One person who does put some effort into this is Colin Sell at the piano. Now, we have some news for those with tickets for Colin's banjo recital later this evening. Colin left his banjo on the train, so he went to the lost property office and was told that some kind person had refused to hand it in. Colin will be offering a full refund to both of you. Okay, so we'll start with you, Barry. I'd like you to sing the words of the Marrow song to the tune of Unchained Melody.
Down the road there lives a man I'd like you all to know. All to know. He grew a great big marrow for the local flower show. When the story got around, they came from far and wide, and when the people saw the marrow, everybody cried. Oh, what a beauty, I've never seen one as big as that before. Oh, what a beauty. It must be 2 feet long, or even more. It's such a lovely color. Nice and round and fat. I never thought a marrow could grow as big as that. Oh, what a beauty. I've never seen one as big as that before. He was leaning on the garden gate the other day and beckoned to a lady.
Barry Crowther, who's recently changed energy supplier from Sonatogen to Vimto. Tim, I'd like you to sing the words of Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega to the tune of Model of a Modern Major General.
I'm sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I'm waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee, and he fills it only halfway, and before I even argue, he's looking out the window at somebody coming in. It is always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter. To the woman who is coming, she is shaking her umbrella, and I look the other way as they are kissing their hellos. I'm pretending not to see them, instead I pour the milk. I'm pretending not to see them, I pour the milk. Pretending not to see them, pretending not to see them, I pour the milk. Out the paper, there's a story of an actor who had died while he was drinking. He was no one I'd heard of, and I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raise my head. I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and I look to my head.
So your turn now, Victoria, and I'd like you to sing the words of the Bob the Builder theme to the tune I Dreamed a Dream from Lane's Ride.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Scoop, muck and dizzy rolly too. Lofty and Wendy join the crew. Bob and the gang have so much fun. Working together they get the job done. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Can. gang make a really good sound. Working all day till the sun goes down.
And finally, Graham, I'd like you to sing the words of Killing Me Softly with his song to the tune of the Can-Can.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I heard he sang a good song, I heard he had a style, and so I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his word, killing me softly with his song. I felt more blood with the fever, embarrassed by the crowd, felt my letters ready when strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Well, the next game is concerned with medical matters. We're all taking more care of ourselves these days. Barry Cryer was telling us that he recently saw an article in a magazine about the symptoms of medical conditions which can affect men of his age. So he took his trousers off and began to examine himself based on the diagrams in the magazine. Sadly, that got him thrown out of W.H. Smith. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Tim and Victoria. You're suffering from an unusual medical complaint and have just been called for your appointment with Doctors Barry and Graham. And you must outline your symptoms to them, and they'll be awarded points based on how accurately they're able to diagnose your condition. The identity of your complaint is now being displayed to our theatre audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
They think they're Mel and Sue from the Great British Bake Off. They think they're Mel and Sue from the Great British Bake Off.
Right, Tim and Victoria, start outlining your complaint now, please.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Sit down, if you can. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Well, where do you start?
My face is contorted into a permanent sympathetic wince.
We somehow feel we ought to be doing a little bit more, don't we?
We feel that we ought to be doing something, but there doesn't seem to be anything for us to do.
How long has this been going on?
Ooh.
How many?
3 years.
About 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, but mainly in the summer it gets worse.
We've got this sort of feeling we're being watched.
It's seasonal.
You sure you're being watched?
No. I know the whole thing seems a bit half-baked, but, you know, it's one of those things that...
We try and say lots of different things, but I can only say one thing.
Yeah.
I can only say, oh, that doesn't look right, does it?
Yes.
No.
But you're frustrated,
Never
basically.
mind, it'll
Well,
get
yes,
better.
we're
You're
frustrated.
You dream of Hollywood and things like that.
We dream of Hollywood. I see Hollywood all the time.
Yes.
Well, that would be the berry on the cake, wouldn't
It
it?
would. It's just
We've got Berry.
It's rather like the complaint you get if you go out to Morecambe in Lancashire with that massive bay, you know, and people start coughing within 24 hours of being up there due to the ozone. It's called the Great Bay Cough.
Well, don't toy with the audience any longer, have you guessed?
Are you Mel and Sue?
Okay, so it's your turn to be the patients, Barry and Graham, and you've been summoned into the surgery of Dr. Tim and Dr. Victoria. The identity of your mystery medical condition now be displayed to the audience via the display board. While here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
They think they're the Daily Mail. They think they're the Daily Mail.
So off you go, Barry and Graham.
Do come in.
Thank you.
About time.
You think you're Barry Cryer? Go on.
Look, just get on with it. We're here for attention and treatment.
Can I just say the gown's supposed to go the other way round?
Typical cheap mockery. That's all that goes on these days.
Yeah.
Is your problem something to do with being northern?
Oh, prejudice now, is it?
It's not to do with Northern at all, no.
What's your problem?
I live in a state of fear.
Well, you
What's
would
you
if
worried about?
Everything.
Immigrants.
Everything.
You can't move for immigrants in our street.
You're a racist.
No, not at all. I treat everybody...
Oh, I'm afraid of racists.
Are you?
Terrified of them. I'm terrified of everything.
Yeah.
Are you in UKIP?
No, I'm not in UKIP.
Are you in a political party?
Oh, no. no.
Oh, what?
No.
What? We haven't got one worth the name at the moment. You can cut smallpox from supermarket trolleys.
You can,
know.
yeah.
I think
They found a cure for the common cold, but it gives you warts.
Yes.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Are
Terrifying.
you editing the Daily Mail? Mail on Sunday.
So that's a close enough guess, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes,
that's near enough.
They think the Daily Mail. OK, we move on to our tribute to daytime television. Before the show, we asked 100 people if they'd ever watched the TV quiz show Pointless. So, to those who said yes, namely 99 housebound pensioners and one Mr. A. Armstrong of London, this next round is dedicated to you. Welcome to Useless. We put the same questions to 100 people and made a note of their answers. The job of our contestants tonight is to come up with the most useless answers and score 0 points. And here to keep an eye on the answers is my brand new useless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya, Jack. Hi, everyone. Hiya.
Yeah, stop saying hiya. No need to.
Are you always this short?
What?
Sorry, Jack. Let's get on with the quiz.
No. We've got the chummy banter bit to get through first.
You know, I love the chummy banter, but mainly because Xander is so good at it.
Yes, it's Alexander, isn't it? His name's Alexander.
Well, it'll always be Xander to me.
Splendid. So, what have you been up to, Itchard?
Well, I've been pretty busy, Ack. I've been dashing all over the place, to be honest, because somebody forgot to get the after-show biscuits.
All right,
Xander never forgets.
I had a meeting.
Yeah, fine. I had to cancel a hairdresser to go to Waitrose, and by the time I got there, they'd run out of gypsy creams.
Great. Thank you very much indeed, Itchard. Light-heartedly bantering there. So, let's meet our first team. Hi. Who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Graham and I'm Brain of Britain 2010.
Wow, you won Brain of Britain.
No, I came 2010th.
Excellent, that's great indeed. And who are you with?
I'm Barry and I come from Yorkshire.
Brilliant, welcome. Great to have you with us. Really great, really, truly, gorgeously, brilliantly, greatly great. Indeed. Well, here's the first round. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you a series of initials, and we want you to identify what each set of initials stands for with the aid of a clue.
Thank you indeed. And here's your board. The first letter is S. Name an Australian city ending in Idney. Second, CK. Name a film that starred Orson Welles as Citizen Kane. Third, OD, name a group with at least one direction in its name. And Bottom row, S. Name something that rhymes with umthing. Graham and Barry, you get first crack at this, and you can confer.
What do we think? Australian city begins with S. Sadelaide, Spurth? Smelbourne? No. Oh, but what do you think, Barry?
I come from Yorkshire.
Yeah. Do you know any groups with One Direction in the name?
I brought me whippet.
Yeah, well, Orson Welles films?
Sydney.
Really? OK, oh, right. Orson Welles played the title role in Sydney.
Sydney.
You say Orson Welles played Sydney.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's right, and if it is, how many people said it?
Oh no.
Sydney.
What?
Sydney. Sit.
What?
My whippet, Sydney. Die for Queen.
So sorry, that was a wrong answer.
I come from Yorkshire.
Brilliant. So, Barry, what do you get up to in your spare time?
I like walking my whippet.
Walking your whippet. Well, let's see if that's right, and if it is, how many people said it? Absolutely correct, and that scores 98.
Yeah, well played, Barry. A really high score there for whippet in our lazy Yorkshire stereotypes category. Beaten only by I wear a flat cap and like cricket. There's one useless answer up there, and that was, this hummus is delicious. Is it organic?
Great. Excellently wonderful. Great. On to our next team. Welcome indeed. Who are you?
I'm Victoria.
Victoria. What a lovely, lovely station that is. And what do you do, Victoria?
I'm a year 1 student.
Terrific. And what do you study?
Early history.
Brilliant. And which particular bit of early history?
I told you, year 1.
Stupendously marvellous indeed. And what are you hoping is going to come up today, Victoria?
Strictly, celebrity gossip, Jordan.
Jordan, the glamour model, once married to Peter Andre.
No, the strategically located country that plays a pivotal role in the power struggle of the Middle East.
Indeed. So, back to the board, and who's this with Victoria?
Hello, I'm Tim and I'm out of work.
Excellent. Tim and Victoria, what do you make of the board?
Oh, it's really, really nice. How'd you get, like, the different words to, like, come on?
Yeah, how do they do that, Jack? Why don't you tell Victoria?
Well...
No idea. Zander would know, but Jack's not very practical, Victoria. You can't even trust him to buy gypsy creams, especially if they're on a high shelf.
Thank you, Ichard. Victoria, what's your solution?
Could you not get jammy dodgers?
That's not what I meant. Tim, what have you got in mind?
Oh, it doesn't show, does it?
Look, you can do this. A group with One Direction in its name.
One Direction in the name.
Kanye West, that's One Direction.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hurry you.
Kanye North.
Sheena Easton.
Kanye South.
I'm sorry, time...
Sydney!
Is that your answer?
Sydney, stop doing that to my leg!
That's not Sydney.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Tim.
Time's up.
No, wait. An S that rhymes with umthing. I have thought of something.
Something. Now, can you spell something?
Yes, I can spell accommodation.
Really? Well, let's see if that's right, and if it is, how many people said so? And it's right. Down it goes. Down into the 20s, into the teens. Now it's going back up again. Hovering around 45. Obviously, they didn't understand the question. Oh, down it goes again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's a useless answer. Right. Try to control yourself.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, very well played, Victoria. Now let's take a look at the other useless answers you could have come up with.
No, let's not. OK, Graham, Barry, it's time for the head-to-head. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ow.
that's all we have time for. We're back tomorrow with another bunch of bewildered nobodies we've dragged in off the street in useless celebrities. Until then, from me, Ichard, Rayam, Ari, Victoria and Im.
Yeah, it's goodbye, and if you're listening, Xander, put the kettle on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Wilson, thank you very much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the nostrils of time breathe in the fresh air of fate, and the Ryanair stewardess says that'll be an extra 10 quid. I notice it's the end of the show, so from the team, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in London's West End, it's goodbye. Goodbye!
Graham Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Victoria Wood were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Patterson, and the producer was John Naismith.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry, I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week on a second visit to the city of Birmingham. According to the city's official guidebooks, Birmingham has more miles of canals than Venice, a fact that must have the Venice Tourist Board quaking in their boots. Britain's earliest bicycle factory was at nearby Meriden. Their first model was the penny farthing, which had a front wheel 5 feet in diameter and a rear wheel of just 18 inches. So they sacked the quality control officer. Bicycles and later motorcycles were made here by BSA, who started out as the Birmingham Small Arms Company because they made coats and jackets with very short sleeves. In the 1950s, bicycles were fitted with gears by Sturmey Archer, one of the few characters in Ambridge ever to have a real job. The women's fashion expert, collector and historian Wayne Peterson lectures on his subject at Birmingham Institute. He recounts how he once got stuck in a lift with the roly-polies when he thought he'd died and gone to Evans. The marine engineer Edward Armstrong was born here. He devised an improved aqualung, which he tested by attempting to break the world record for staying underwater off the coast near Hull. Sadly, the attempt ended early when he was caught in a trawler net and was landed on a deck with a load of cod. His family said he was gutted. We are today guests of Birmingham Symphony Hall, which was opened 21 years ago by Her Majesty the Queen. The Symphony Hall has since welcomed many of the world's greatest musical artists, finest orchestras, international public figures, and world-famous entertainers. And when it comes to describing today's performers, it's no exaggeration to say there are 4 of them. On my left, Barry Cryer, Graham Garden. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Jeremy Hardy. And ready to score on her desk, please welcome the delightful Samantha. Okay, well, we kick off today with a round of the Uxbridge English Dictionary. The English language has many different words which appear to be similar, and this can lead to confusion, for example, between the terms resurrection and exhumation. Well, the difference is that exhumation was originally digging up a body, but can also mean to reintroduce something that was long forgotten or neglected, whereas if your resurrection lasts more than 4 hours, you should call a doctor. However, meanings are constantly changing, teams, so let's hear any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Tim, can you start?
Very chewed, well munched.
Jeremy.
Owl porn. Muesli with dirty bits.
Barry.
Plebiscite. The gates at the House of Commons.
Graham.
Kookaburra, a town where they make stoves.
Suffolk, next to Kent.
Barcode, a poem written by a dog.
Saw your milk. Looked in your fridge.
Picturesque, like a jug.
Marionette, what you do when you've been engaged to Annette.
Nicaragua, underwear for big cats.
Navigate, scandal involving workmen.
Mariachi, what you do when you've been engaged to Archie.
Mingling, a junior minger.
Delegate, scandal involving Jewish catering.
Tie-dye, a neat brummie. Which they all are, of course.
Toils, what brummies have on their roofs.
Propagate, rather respectable scandal.
Falsetto, fake ice cream.
Comforting, Jamaican lost property.
Well, it's time for the teams to sing now. And just when you thought this couldn't get any better, it doesn't. The round is called Pick Up Song, and it's where the teams sing along to some well-known discs. Samantha is back at the turntable and ready to give the discs a spin. You should sing along, teams, until she turns the volume down. If, when the music returns, you're within a gnat's crotchet of the original, I'll be awarding points, and points mean prizes. Hi-de-hi, campers. Well, this week's prize is sure to delight everyone who enjoys cooking their eggs and bacon without ever feeling restricted by clammy underwear. It's this handsome set of non-stick frying pans. So, Barry, you're to start, and I'd like you to accompany Jackie Wilson singing Reet Petite.
Well, look a bell, look a bell, look a bell, look a bell. Ooh-wee. Look a bell, look a bell, look a bell. Ooh-wee. Oh-wee. Well, she's so fine, fine, fine. She's so fine, fine, fine. She's so fine. She's so fine, fine, fine. She's really sweet, the finest girl you ever want to meet. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Read me cheek, the finest girl.
Barry Cryer there. Barry, of course, has the advantage of not actually realising the music has faded out. So you're next, Graham. I'd like you to accompany Charles Trenet singing La Mer.
La mer,
On va danser le long des golfes clairs, à des reflets d'argent la mer, des reflets changeants sous la pluie, la mer, au ciel d'été, confond ses blonds moutons. Avec les anges si purs, la mer, bergère d'azur infini. Voyez, près des entrants, si grands,
So you now, Tim, and would you accompany Girls Aloud singing Love Machine?
Ladies, you're damn right, you can't read a man's mind. We're living in two tribes and heading for war. Nobody's perfect, we all gotta work it. But fellas, we're worth it, so don't break the law. Your call's late, big mistake. You gotta hang about a limbo for as long as I take. Next time, read my mind and I'll be good to you. We're gift wrapped, kitty cats. We're only turning into tigers and we gotta fight back. Let's go, Eskimo, out into the blue. Come take my hand, understand that you can. You're my man, and I need you tonight. Come make my dreams, honey, hard as it seems. Loving me is as easy as pie. I'm just a love machine, feeding my fantasy. Give me a kiss or three.
And finally, Jeremy. So, can you please accompany local band Duran Duran singing Hungry Like the Wolf?
In the city, nails the wire. Steam in the subway, earth is afire. Do 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 do. Woman, you want me, give me a sign, and catch my breathing even closer behind. Do 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 do. In touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, I'm lost in the crowd, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Straddle the line in discordant rhyme. I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. The mouth is a noise, we
This really is the show that has something for everyone. For Jeremy, we've got Temazepam. Well, it's time for some acting now as we move on to sound charades. This was developed from the old TV show called Give Us a Clue, where silent mimes never cease to amuse the audience. This version is a reverse of that. Tim and Jeremy, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Paint your wagon. Paint your wagon.
Right, you're guessing this one, Barry and Graham, and audience, please feel free to clap if they're getting warm. So off you go, Tim and Jeremy.
It's 3 words. It's a film and a musical. Would you?
Yeah, musical.
Okay, it goes something like this.
I feel really bad because I haven't got like a wife or a girlfriend. I'm the only fella in the squad who doesn't have a wife or a girlfriend.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because all the other guys have got like tattoos with the name of their wife or girlfriend, right, like on their arm or something. I mean, what can I do? I mean, I could get like a tattoo, but that might really hurt. And what's the point? I don't even have a wife or girlfriend.
Well, we can make up a name, can't we? And we can be superficial, you know.
What, like get a fake tattoo?
Yeah, that's right. If you've got a bit of Dulux, crown and furrow and ball, you know, you could just slap it on.
With a brush, like?
You've got it right.
Just like use a brush and some Dulux to put the name of me wife or girlfriend. Right? Well, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
Well, I've got it, obviously, but over to Graham.
I think it's paint my wag on.
Excellent. So it's your turn, Barry and Graham, and your title is now being exhibited on the board. And here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Skyfall. Skyfall.
Oh, they're right. Made a film of that, have they?
Yes.
Right. It's a film.
It's a film.
That's one word.
One word.
Yeah.
Bambi.
Skyfall.
Shut up.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Shall we do it for you?
Do it, and I'll pretend that I'll just have a minor stroke, and I won't remember a thing.
We'll do it for you.
This never leaves this room, okay?
Hamish.
Dougal. You'll have had your tea.
No. Great news, Hamish. I've booked us a 2-week holiday on the biggest and most beautiful island in the Inner Hebrides.
Oh, I'm not going there again. Not after last time.
Aye, what happened last time?
You know that. I took a terrible tumble halfway up the Coolins, as you very well know.
Ah, it was a wee stumble.
I rolled down the hill into that group of nuns.
Aye.
I could never show my face there again.
It wasn't your face you showed the last time.
Octopussy. I think it might be Skyfall. Honestly, when this is edited, you won't recognise it. Because it's Gardner's question time.
Let's try another round of that. Here's a further title going up on our laser display board for you, Tim and Jeremy. And the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's 2 words, a book, a film, and probably several other things.
TV series, pretty much everything.
It goes like this.
Enrico, my best tender client ever here in Italy.
Giuseppe, my best ever agent ever here in the 1920s. What's the matter for you?
What's the matter for me? I'm in accent hell. I got the great news.
Nicholas Parsons has a laryngitis?
Not that great, but pretty good. I got you the sponsorship deal.
Sponsorship?
It's from England, from a fine manufacturer of lemon barley water.
Is it the famous one? Before you answer, remember other citrus fruit-based soft drinks are available. But I sense a catch.
For an Italian, you sound like a public schoolboy from Derbyshire. You have to change your name first, so no more Enrico.
So, what am I called now?
You are called... ...
I know. Robinson Crusoe.
Okay, final title has been displayed for you, Barry and Graham, and once again, the mystery voice for listeners at home.
QI. QI.
It's a TV show, and it's 2 words.
Complete change of mood here for you.
Bargain hunt.
You're in league with the devil.
Hamish.
Dougal, you'll have had your tea.
I have more important business than tea. I am here to request you to stop winking at me.
I am doing no such thing.
But look, there, you did it again.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes.
This is an unfortunate medical condition brought about by playing too much snooker.
Pray expand.
Oh, I nearly did. The doctor says it comes from the strain of squinting down that long wooden stick.
Oh, and has it a name, this condition of yours?
Of course it does.
Oh?
They call it ...
A condition that arises from playing too much snooker.
Yes.
Pocket billiards.
QI.
Well, our next round is an educational exercise looking at the world of catchphrases and figures of speech, often referred to as idioms. Now, an idiom is a metaphorical figure of speech whose real meaning is completely different from its literal meaning. This can confuse foreign visitors, creating huge difficulty to make themselves understood. Another good way is to pretend to be deaf. I have a selection of incomplete catchphrases and figures of speech, and the team's challenge is to guess what the original endings might have been. So here's the first one for you, Tim. Wham, bam.
George Michael's driven into a wall.
So, thank you, ma'am. Barry.
Yes?
You are awful, but...
You're still through to the next round.
Well, I like you. Jeremy. Coughs and sneezes...
are no bar to employment at Subway.
It was, of course, coughs and sneezes spread diseases. Graham. It takes two.
It takes two half an hour to get into his bishop's kit.
It takes 2 to tango. Back to you, Tim. Don't count your chickens before...
You've got past Tesco's security, Mr. Worrell Thompson.
Barry. I've started, so I'll...
Just hope that doesn't happen again.
Jeremy, long time no...
Learn grammar.
Long time no see, of course. Finally, Graham. The bigger they are, the harder.
It is to find pants that fit.
The harder they fall. Well, here are some for any of you to have a go at. The customer is always...
A passenger went on a train, not a bloody customer. Get it? A passenger.
Laugh, I nearly...
Shot myself.
I wet myself. Never give a sucker a...
Smash on the back of the head.
Should we take a few minutes to think about that? It's music time again with Just a Minute. This is a musical version of the long-running radio favourite Just a Minute, which has been on the air since 1967. So this year the BBC celebrated the anniversary by flying the Just a Minute team to India to record a special edition. I'm sorry, I haven't a clue, has just marked 40 years on air, and last week we were at a travel lodge near Dunstable. In Just a Minute, the teams will attempt to sing a well-known song without hesitation, deviation or repetition, while piano accompaniment is provided by Colin Sell. Colin was telling us that he'll soon be seen performing as a rapper. So if you're out buying Christmas presents, look out for him with his sellotape and scissors. Jeremy, you're starting this one, and a song I'd like you to sing without hesitation, deviation or repetition is Going to the Zoo.
Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, zoological garden today. What?
Deviation from the tune.
Tim, very quick to challenge there. We don't normally hear from you so soon in the show, do we, Tim? But you seem to be wide awake on this occasion, despite your advancing years. And Tim, a great veteran of the game, as we know, although not the war because he didn't sign up. So with only 84 seconds left, you have Going to the Zoo.
Where are we going from?
Zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow.
And Graham has challenged there.
Hesitation.
There was a hesitation there. It was, Graham, of course, who's been playing this game for many, many years, and is so veteran. He has been on the show for more times, over more years than anyone else, but still keeps coming back to us because all his real friends are dead. So over to you, Graham, with only 80 seconds left of the song.
Father's taking us to the Whipsnade the day after today. We can stay all afternoon. We're going to the Regent's Park, to the Zoological Gardens, to the place. How about you,
and
the...
Barry
now?
I apologise.
Graham means
What?
you have to stop once you've been
It was
challenged.
just mercy. I was trying to put him out of his agony at that point.
Not strictly speaking a proper challenge, but the audience enjoyed it so much. Give you 10 points, Barry. Thank you. And remember, this programme goes out not just in this glorious United Kingdom of England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, the Channel Isles, the Isle of Man and the Isle of Dogs, but also to Her Britannic Majesty's Soviet Republic of China, North Korea, South Korea and West Bromwich. But the song is still yours, Graham, and everything is to play for with only 14 seconds to go. With Going to the Zoo, over to you, Graham.
You can come too as well also. The lot of us are heading for the place where they keep the animals. You know the one. I don't need to tell you.
Graham was losing the will to live, so I blew my whistle. We have another song now, and it's the second round. And the song in this round is Happy Talk from South Pacific. And Jeremy, I'm going to ask you to start.
Happy talk keeps speaking contented blether, chat about things you'd like to do. You got to have a dream. If you don't have a reverie, how are you going to have...
Barry has challenged there.
Repetition of have.
There was
a popular interruption. No, I'm sorry to be...
The audience have picked up on your pedantry, but you are correct to point out that he did repeat the word have, and of course that spoils it for everyone, doesn't it, Barry?
Yes. I'm self-taught,
so we have to pick him up on it and start all over again. But Jeremy was singing so nicely there that time has flown, and there is only a second left to go. Barry has to pick up with Happy Talk with 1 second to go. Happy Talk from South Pacific. Barry, go now.
If you don't
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a round of the Shepherd's Songbook. And the teams are going to suggest titles of songs that might appeal to shepherds and their sheep. You can start this one, please, Graham.
The Only Way is Tup.
Barry?
Barbara Ann.
Tim?
Put your sheep dips a little closer to the phone.
Jeremy?
I Wanna Sex You Up by Colour Me Bad.
Come by, my lord.
You ain't mutton but a hound dog.
Good collie, Miss Molly.
Shut up, your fleece.
Once I had a secret love.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the white horse of time goes into the pub of destiny and the barman of fate says, you're a horse, you can't speak, and you don't drink beer, so get out. I notice it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Birmingham, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Jeremy Harvey will be given Silly Things to Do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Patterson and the producer was John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week in the fine city of Salisbury, the jewel in Wiltshire's crown. If you consult their official historian, you'll find that Salisbury Cathedral is the finest example of early English architecture in the country. It has the tallest spire, the best preserved copy of the Magna Carta, the world's oldest working clock, and the smuggest official historian in Europe. The architectural restoration expert Robert Anderson spent many years working on Salisbury Cathedral. Sadly, he was crushed when a pile of brass Roman numerals fell on him, after which he needed round-the-clock care. As Salisbury's council is keen to point out, Wiltshire has only one cathedral city. It's not actually true. I nipped into Waitrose and they've got loads of them. Anne of Cleves lived here after she was divorced by Henry VIII. Henry had only ever seen Anne of Cleves in a flattering portrait by Hans Holbein. As a result, their first meeting didn't go well. Henry gave her a lump of sugar and ordered that she be saddled up. Anne was only here a short time, asking to be moved to lodgings in Richmond, saying it would make her happy if she could see Henry's magnificent Hampton Court in her window. In 1665, Charles II moved his family and court to Salisbury to escape the Great Plague of London, which was spread rapidly by rat fleas. The blood-sucking parasites didn't leave until they heard the fleas had been killed. One of Wiltshire's largest tourist attractions is the safari park at Longleat House, with over 500 animals. Visitors driving through are warned that the management take no responsibility if their car is damaged by a bunch of monkeys. The same warning you get at QuickFit. Salisbury boasts the oldest tattoo parlour in England, where a local character known as Inky Joe had his entire body tattooed with a map of Great Britain. At his funeral recently, everyone agreed you always knew where you were with Joe. Salisbury Plain is the site of scientific investigation into the rapid decline in the population of bees. Researchers are methodically cataloguing numbers and species to try to identify whether they're on the verge of extinction. But those scientists are not alone in assembling a rarely seen bee list. Let's meet the teams. On my left, Barry Cryer and Graham Garden. And on my right, Tim Brooke Taylor and Tony Hawks. And here to keep a keen eye on the team's points, please welcome our scorer, the delightful Samantha. Okay, the first round is all about food and involves the teams suggesting certain dishes. So teams, I'd like your suggestions of what certain meals or items of food might be like if one letter had gone missing. Barry, you can start.
Baked bees on toast.
Tim?
Steak and kiddie pudding.
Tony?
Porn cocktail.
Graham?
Chicken indaloo.
Eel escalope.
Shredded wee.
Anal delight.
Chicken how mean.
Cauliflower au ratin.
Chicken wigs.
Cock pops.
Dover roll.
Here we go. Deep fried arse bar.
Shepherd's eye. Delicious.
Wedding cack.
French neon soup.
Rat first. Sorry.
Well, the teams are going to sing for us now in the round called One Song to the Tune of Another. Musical accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell. Listeners will be interested to learn that Colin once auditioned for the X Factor, playing the piano in One Direction. Halfway through the second bar, he fell off the end of the keyboard. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Tim. I'd like you to sing the words of Uptown Top Rankin' by Althea and Donna to the tune of the Lambeth Walk.
See me in my heels and tinging. Them checks say we hip and ting. True them no and ting. We have them going and ting. Oi, now pop no style, strictly roots. Now pop no style, strictly roots. Sing upon the road and I hear you call out to me. True in me pants and ting. Sing in the altar back. Sing a heart attack. Give me little bass, make me one up. Me raced up on top ranking. See me in the Benz and ting. Driving through constant spring. Aye!
Tim, or you now, Barry, and I'd like you to sing the words of Hanky Panky by Madonna to the tune of Delilah.
girls like candy and others like to grind. I'll send for the back of your hand somewhere on my behind. Treat me like a bad girl. Even when I'm being good, I don't want you to thank me. You can just spank me. Some guys like to sweet talk. Others, they like to tease. Tie my hands behind my back, and ooh, I'm in ecstasy. Ooh, I'm in ecstasy.
I'm sure a contract will be following very shortly. Anyone knows a hitman? Now it's your turn, Graham. I'd like you to sing the words of Psycho Killer by Talking Heads to the tune of We'll Gather Lilacs.
I can't seem to face up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous, and I can't relax. I can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 fa. Run 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 away. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
And finally, Tony, I'd like you to sing the words of Gangnam Style by Psy to the tune of Beethoven's Ode to Joy.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style 내 J2 dancer. Rowan 가족인 여자. 고비한 제네 요요 룰러 높은 거일 여자. 밤이 오미 심장이 도고이 우는 여자. 구한 반전이 눈이 여자. 나누 사나해. 나지 나무 굶지나로 궁고로지잖아해. 커피 식기 전이 원샷 때로는 사나해. Open Gangnam Style, Gangnam Style. Oh, open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style, open Gangnam Style, a sexy lady.
Well, thank you, Tony Hawks. I must say, I've never actually seen an audience goose-stepping to a song. The next game is called Word for Word, and it's a word game. Many of the words we use today come from William Shakespeare. Despite his genius, Shakespeare is often criticised for anachronisms in his writing. So-called scholars of his plays always talk about Julius Caesar's clock. But in those days, clock meant bell from the French cloche and referred to the sound of a bell being tolled. In any case, what they've missed is the Merchant of Venice's Porsche. There's no way he'd have driven a German sports car. In Word for Word, each team takes it in turn to exchange a series of words, while the opposing team should challenge if they detect a connection between any of these words. So you can start, Tim and Tony.
Mandolin.
Clinch.
Basin.
Fallow.
Juniper.
Jettison.
That was Graham.
Yes, a lovely old actress, Juniper Jettison.
Yes.
Starred in a lot of the Ealing comedies.
Was she?
Yes.
Do you remember any of the particular ones that she starred in? Or?
Yes. She starred in Stop That Policeman.
Yep.
and she starred in That's My Fence.
It's all coming back to me now, so I'll give you that, Graham. So it's over to you.
No?
Yes.
Hesitation.
Tim there coming in with a challenge that it's actually the wrong game, but yes, if you would start, please, Graham.
Right. Left. Lugubrious.
Aardvark.
Nevertheless.
Furthermore.
Plunge.
Coriander.
Tony has...
I think nevertheless plunge is an instruction given to people when they're on that diving game on the TV. You know, the one...
On Splash.
Splash,
Yes.
that's it.
Yes.
Because they get nervous and they say, nevertheless plunge.
Yes. Wouldn't that game be a lot more entertaining if there was no water in the pool? I'll give you that, Tony. I think that is actually a legitimate manoeuvre in diving. I think you're quite right with that. So can you and Tim please continue, Tony?
Butterfly.
Fiscal.
Ambulance.
Stentorian.
Barry.
The sound of the current ambulance siren has been described as stentorian.
Yeah.
It frequently is, in my opinion, yes.
Yes.
I think you're spot on there, Barry.
It's sort of tenuous connection, but I think there is one.
Nevertheless, there is one, you're quite right. Nevertheless, plunge, let's say.
Yes, indeed.
This puts us in the dilemma of whether we continue the game or just declare a winner at this point. I'm tempted, but I think we're just one more round. It's over to you, yes, Barry and Graham.
Go on.
Continue.
Dilemma.
Farrago. What?
Tony.
Well, clearly they're in...
The gong has gone, and that means that is the end of the game, and we can't even hear what you were about to say. But that is the rule of the game that I've just introduced. The next round is all about newspaper headlines. Now, much of the British press is, of course, controlled by Rupert Murdoch's News International Corporation, who also own a large share of Sky TV. I recently worked for Sky TV, so I know Mr. Murdoch is an honourable man who was shocked to have his integrity impugned by Leveson, and he knows how strongly I feel because he's listened to all my voicemail messages. I'll read out some incomplete headlines from various newspapers published exactly 10 years ago to this very day. It's Monday the 1st of July. Or if you're listening at home to the Sunday repeat, then you should get out more. Right, teams, here are the first part of some genuine newspaper headlines, and your job is to guess how they might have finished. I'll start with you, please, Barry. This headline is from The Independent, 1st of July 2003. MPs split over sexing up of...
Anne Widdecombe.
So, of course, it's the Iraq arms dossier.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Tony, another one. This is from the Financial Times of the same day. Poll shows Blair...
How to speak Polish.
So he was actually losing his grip. Tim, there's one for you, from the Daily Mail. This asylum seeker was elected to a city's council, and now he needs a £20 an hour Urdu translator. Guess?
What paper this is from?
Guess he's picking up the bill. Graham, from the Times. Prosperous pill popper pensioners penalise...
People pushing PPI repayment plans.
It's actually wealthy pensioners who are receiving free prescriptions for their medication on the NHS. And Barry.
Yes.
One for you from The Independent. Prince Charles calls for return to traditional...
Abdications.
For return to traditional teaching. Charles warns a generation will be culturally disinherited by a narrow school curriculum. Tony, this is Horse and Hound from July 2003. Jumpers threaten...
Cardigans and are asked to pull over.
They threaten a boycott of the anti-hunting bill. Tim, from the Salisbury Journal.
Oh.
Wallet.
Found in pocket.
actually, the headline was "Wallet Stolen."
Oh.
Graham's view from the Salisbury Journal.
£2 found in wallet.
There's actually two cautioned. Okay, here are some for any of you to have a go at from the Times, 1st of July 2003. Europeans wary of Berlusconi's ability to
turn out his pockets and do elephant impression.
Lead EU. From The Guardian. Manchester diagnosed as
Northern.
Britain's city of sick notes. A study finds Manchester is most bohemian UK city, but also had the most sick days taken. From Horse and Hound, July 2003. Young stallion makes
over 50 portions of lasagna.
Makes his presence felt. I don't know what that was about. Salisbury Journal. Stolen bird.
Going cheap.
Returned. Again from the Salisbury Journal. River Path indecent exposure man.
Voted least popular superhero.
He was hunted.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No.
It's an elephant. From the Salisbury Journal. 80s heartthrob strikes.
Piano keys on I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue.
Strikes gold for Tony Hadley plays the City Hall. That sort of thing. Another one from the Salisbury Journal. Student bet led to
idiot hitchhiking round Ireland with a fridge.
Trek for charity. And finally, the Salisbury Journal. It's an advertisement. Salisbury's ultimate male fantasy.
A nice pot of tea and 2 chocolate fingers.
Best of luck getting home, Graham.
It was actually Club Rouge Lap Dance Club, and the club's slogan, having been, you'll agree, it's a nice place to be. The next round is called 84 Chicken Cross Road. In this round, each team takes it in turns to improvise the letters sent between 2 famous people. So, Barry and Graham, I'd like you to start by composing a letter from the Chief Druid of Stonehenge to Wiltshire Council's Planning Department. And then Tim and Tony will come up with a reply, and so on.
Dear
Planning
Department,
we
would
like
to
apply
for
permission
to
build
a
extension
on
Stonehenge.
By
saying
this,
we
intend
to
add
a
small
conservatory
which
will
involve
pulling
down
most
of
the
town
and
some
of
the
stones.
Therefore,
we
intend
also
to
build
a
loft
on
top
of
the
edifice
and
underneath
a
basement
where
you
may
enjoy
snooker,
billiards
and
other
pastimes
which
we
enjoy
but
don't
talk
about. Finally,
look
here.
We
would
very
much
like
to
entertain
you
lavishly
at
a dinner
on
board
the
Queen
Mariah,
which
is
moored
next
to
the
Stonehenge.
Ta-ra!
Yours
Druidly,
Chief Druid.
Dear
Druid.
I'm
Not
very
keen
on
your
ideas.
because
They
involve
making
a
large
interference
with
stones
and
such.
like.
I
Think
not
to
laterally,
which
is
why
I
got
single.
this
Problem
contravenes
planning
regulation
8
9
G
4
6
11
9
and
B.
so
Go
and
stuff
your
plans
up
your
henge.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a round of the Pirate Songbook. Samantha was telling us she's working on a new production of Treasure Island. She says the producer often asks her to go into the props cupboard for a Jolly Roger. So, teams, I'd like you please to suggest the titles of songs likely to be popular with an audience of pirates. You can start, Graham.
I want to hold your hook.
Tony.
It's me hearties and I'll lie if I want to.
Tim.
Gangplank style.
Barry.
Have I told you, matey, that I love you?
I'm a Barbary girl in a Barbary world.
She loves ye, I.
I just called to say,
We three kings of Orient.
Anything by aha.
Galleon, ossen for cats, no and poker.
Scurvy, cheap.
I'm hanging from the yardarm at the corner of the fleet.
Blackbeard singing in the dead of night. Born to rum.
You say either and I say
Please release me. Save all your kisses for Smee. While he's making eyes at Smee.
Somalia time, and the stealing is easy.
Boiled beef and parrots.
Every little breeze seems to whisper,
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Well, I think we get the gist of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the furniture store of time announces the mammoth sale of destiny and the happy shopper leaves with a half-price mammoth, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself and our audience here in Salisbury, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Tony Hawks were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson and the producer was John Lee Smith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Hello, and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week in the city of Norwich, which can rightly claim to be a place in Norfolk. Admiral Nelson was born in Norfolk. As a boy, he learned to handle boats and fished on the county's many waterways. Years later, while on leave, it's recorded he returned before going back to Lady Hamilton and giving her crabs he'd caught from the Norfolk Broads. Among the many famous names with Norfolk connections is American President Abraham Lincoln, whose great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather came from great-great-great-great-great Yarmouth. The TV chef Delia Smith lives here and is a majority shareholder in Norwich City FC. The club has a history of employing gourmets. One chairman bought a case of fine wine which was laid down to mature and to be opened only when Norwich won a major cup. How they're looking forward to that Chateau Lafite 1875. Britain's first stage magician of the modern age, Owen Henry Emmett, was born in Norwich. Learning his craft from the age of just 12, Emmett took a large circular saw and taught himself the cutting a lady in two illusion by practicing on his sister. Well, actually, it was his half-sister. William Hill, the businessman who founded his chain of betting shops, retired to Norfolk in 1970, where he passed away on the 9th of November at 20-1. His wife had him on a win double with General de Gaulle. In 1933, Albert Einstein fled Nazi Germany and took refuge in Cromer. Albert Einstein proved that the further you travel out into space, the slower time will pass. But Einstein is not alone in fleeing an angry mob and making time stand still. Let's meet the teams. On my left, Barry Cryer and Graham Garden. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Susan Kalman. And settling down and preparing to score, please welcome back the ever-delightful Samantha. Okay, well, we start this week with our regular look at the Uxbridge English Dictionary. The English language has many useful words, but not everyone understands the meanings of apparently similar terms. For example, if you want to steer a boat, what's the difference between tillers and rudders? Well, it's quite simple. A tiller is a lever, usually made of wood or tubeless steel, which is used to control the steering gear, while a rudder is what you squeeze on a cow when you're milking her. Word meanings are constantly changing, so teams, let's hear any new definitions that you've spotted recently. Tim, you can start.
Aperitif, dentures.
Barry?
Kindle, a book you can burn.
Graham?
O'clock, an Irish clock.
Susan?
Ballylica, a fan of Swan Lake.
Leicestershire, why shearers like small sheep.
Pentecost, the price of underwear.
Miasma, the reason I carry an inhaler.
Antelope, an ant who runs away to get married. Cormorant, an ant who likes a mild curry.
Hispanic, fear of snakes.
Papal, the Vatican system of donating online.
Tenor lady, a cheap date.
Obituary, Irish rudeness.
Ratchet, rodent droppings.
Well, teams are going to demonstrate the full range of their acting skills now in what we call the shortest round ever. And with that done, they're going to play sound charades. To This was inspired by the old TV favourite Give Us a Clue, where teams used to mime the titles of books or films against a strict time limit. And the original version of this game was conducted in silence, but silent mime on the radio would have two problems, as it would be pointless and unfunny, so the teams are allowed to speak, giving it a third problem. The undisputed mime master of the genre was, of course, Lionel Blair, who's had various careers since the 1950s, TV presenting, singing, dancing, telling jokes. Is there nothing he can do? Tim and Susan, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
The Archer's Omnibus. The Archer's Omnibus.
So off you go, please, Tim and Susan.
This is radio, and it's 3 words, and it goes like this.
My Lord of Essex, are the bowmen yet to come to Tilbury in readiness to sail for Agincourt?
Not quite yet, Your Majesty. I believe there hath been some issues of transportation. The horse and carriage service to Tilbury hath been disrupted.
What, no longbowmen? Is there nothing to be done?
Well, as it happens, Your Highness, the South Eastern Carriages have undertaken to provide a replacement coach service with the express purpose of transporting the bowmen to battle.
A replacement coach service for the bowmen?
Yes, ma'am.
We shall have to think of a name for that.
Sorry, I wandered off there.
The Archer's Omnibus.
Right, well, it's your turn, Barry and Graham, and your title's now being exhibited on the board. And here again is mystery voice for listeners at home.
Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur.
Yeah, right. This one is, I think this was a book too, but it was a film, famously.
2 words.
2 words. And it goes like this. Hamish!
Dougal, you'll have had your tea.
Well, no, I've just been for a wander through Glen Hoddle. And I took a brisk jog up Ben Kingsley.
Oh, see, that's put colour in your cheeks. I could lend you a longer kilt.
No. It keeps me cool. No, next stop, the Nameless Mountain.
Have you not heard?
What?
The Nameless Mountain has been bought by millionaire Jim Mackay, and he's naming it after his wife, Helen.
Oh, Mount Mrs. Mackay.
Well, they decided against that one for obvious reasons. No, Helen's Crag didn't meet with favour either.
So Mrs. Mackay's Twin Peaks?
Rejected. No. He wants a simple name.
Helen Mackay.
Oh, and it'll be an adventure trail too.
Well, with a sign at the bottom, Helen Mackay, this way up.
Well, he finally settled on the simplest possible non-specific name. Look, I've written it down for you.
Non-specific? Oh, I see.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ben's.
Ben's.
If we go on saying Ben's.
Ben's.
Shorten it slightly.
Benny Hill.
Good try.
Ben-Hur.
It's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. First, I noticed from the postbag that while we were off the air, nearly all the letters that flooded in came from Somerset. So the ink has washed off. But we can read this one, which came from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. Mrs. Trellis writes, Dear Eddie Mayer, here's my favourite sound for your PM programme listeners' favourite sound feature. It's my radio off switch. Click. Yours silently, Mrs. Trellis. Okay, along with the game, which this week is Leapfrog Mornington Crescent, which means that whenever a player scores a Huffington, play leapfrogs the next player and goes straight back to the Huffington player's teammate. You don't need me to explain how Huffingtons are scored, so off you go, please, Tim.
Euston.
No, that's Leapfrog. Euston Square.
Yeah.
You obviously know nothing about this game. You can do it, go on.
I'm not from London, I'm just...
Well, nor are the people here.
I know I just wanted to... Gants Hill.
I have to say, that is good.
Yes, well done. Well done.
Yes, well done indeed.
Arnos Grove. Arnos Grove.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a Huffington, isn't it?
No, not on a grove, no.
Yeah.
Sure about that?
I'm quite sure, thank you very much.
Shaney Walk.
Oh, come on, that is Huffington.
Yeah, that is definitely. No,
that's
you're
Huffington.
Right.
You
Those
can't
people know.
leapfrog on a walk.
You're overruling leapfrogs. Where does the...
Barry, we either play by the rules or we don't, and if we don't play by the rules, the whole thing becomes meaningless.
Oh, boy, Cheney Walk. Knightsbridge.
Embankment.
Very good. No, very good.
Yeah.
Elephant or castle?
Yes.
Well, that's definitely Huffington.
No.
It is, if you do the or castle.
It's not a full Huffington,
no.
But I can give you a semi.
Well, thank you very much.
Sort of a Harfington, isn't it?
Queensway.
Kill.
Kingsway.
Oh, don't. She's going to do it. No, listen. No, I'm not saying I've got it, but...
I think you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has.
Oh.
Go for it.
Same.
Go for it.
Shame,
Farringdon.
Yeah, she had got it. Piccadilly.
Mornington Crescent.
Oh, damn.
Well played, Susan, making it possible for Tim like
Absolutely,
that. It's quite
absolutely.
incredible. Well, the next round is the advice section of the programme. This is where the teams provide solutions to listeners' problems, which in the past have focused on relationships. Statistically, for every person who's lucky enough to find a life partner, there's another who never does. And that's true even amongst those of us here. For example, while Barry Cryer has been happily married for over 40 years, his wife hasn't. OK, teams. I have here a selection of listeners' questions for you to answer. Graham, you can be the first to answer, please. I often realise that I've forgotten to enclose something in an envelope after I've sealed it. Is there a simple way to add the thing I've forgotten to enclose without wasting the envelope?
Well, I would reply, but you don't seem to have enclosed your question.
It's actually you place the envelope in the freezer for an hour or two, and the envelope will unseal without a trace. That's what you usually do. Tim, how about this? There are 4 unsightly dents in my carpet where a heavy armchair used to sit. Is there anything I can do about them?
Yes, conceal them with the heavy armchair.
If you really want to know, it's you put ice cubes in each indentation, let the cubes slowly melt, then bring a blow dryer onto it and make it dry, and then you can comb it up. And it fluffs up. It does. I've met people in pubs who talk like that. Barry.
Yes.
My house suffers from low ceilings. Is there any way I can make them appear higher than they are?
Crouch.
Apparently, if you paint the ceilings a lighter shade than the walls, it makes them appear higher than they are. If you're particularly stupid and forgotten that's what you've done, it will trick you momentarily. Susan, help! I've got a nasty splinter and I don't have any tweezers. Is there any way I can get it out?
What you could do is you could tie a piece of string around it, tie the string to a door handle, then slam the door.
Yeah. It's a splinter. I don't know what you do in Glasgow. Well, the answer here is actually you put sticky tape on to remove it, and I can do that.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Well, here are some listeners' questions for any of you to have a go at. The tips have come off the ends of my shoelaces, and I'm finding it very difficult to thread them into the lace holes in my shoes. Is there anything I can do?
Get a life.
Or you can harden the ends of them with nail polish. That's what you do. A bit of nail polish will do the trick. I have recently experienced great difficulty opening my zipper. It's very stiff. Can you help?
I mean, what I would suggest is that you tie a piece of string around it, tie the string to a door handle, and then slam the door.
In fact, a bar of soap or a stick of lip balm will provide effective lubrication if you rub it along the teeth of your zipper. The tap on my sink keeps dripping and it's most annoying. My granddad always said you could stop dripping with a simple piece of string. How so?
Well, your granddad probably tied the string around it, but that won't help with your tap.
Says you attach the piece of string to the tap, the drip will slowly and silently follow the string down to the drain. I'm actually going to try that. And finally, I've discovered a small leak in my car radiator. I'm nervous to drive it to the garage in case it overheats. Is there anything I can do at home to fix it?
Yes, you could get a dyke to put her finger in it.
Well, it's music time again with the team's singing version of Just a Minute. Colin, we need your piano playing. Colin, I hadn't finished. We need your piano playing like a hole in the head. It has to be said. And as the minute waltz fades away, please give a rousing Norfolk welcome to the 4 contestants. It is my privilege, my honour, my pleasure, and my delight to introduce, present and announce they are 4 comedians who are not only funny, hilarious, amusing, droll, witty and humorous, but unbelievably paid to be here. Susan, you are starting this one, and the song I'd like you to sing, without hesitation, deviation or repetition, is It Ain't What You Do, It's the Way That You Do It.
It ain't what you do, it's the way that one does it. It's not the actions, but the method you follow. The results aren't as important as...
Barry has challenged Susan just as it was going so well. Barry seems to have detected some flaw in the masterful way in which you tackled that very difficult song in the game that we love to play so much. And Barry, a seasoned player of the game, a veteran of the game that we love to play so much. Barry, what was the nature of your challenge?
Well, it was a degree of hesitation plus a slight repetition.
Well, I don't think there's any need to get sarcastic with it. Of course, there's a slight repetition and hesitation there, but Susan is new to the game that we love to play so much, whereas you are a veteran of the game that we love to play so much. It would perhaps be appropriate to just give her a little bit of leeway there, so I'm not going to uphold the challenge. However, the audience was so annoyed by the nature of your challenge, I'm now going to take away 10 points. As well as your belt and shoelaces. So it's back to you, Susan. With only 79 seconds to go. You know what you do, it's the way that you do it. End
results.
Graham has come in with a challenge very quickly there, just as you were about to start. Hardly had a chance there. But Graham, of course, a seasoned veteran of the player that we love to play so much, challenging Susan, who is a newcomer to the player that we love to play so much. What was the nature of your challenge, Graham? And please remember, this programme is being broadcast not just here, but in Her Britannic Majesty's United Kingdom of England and its colonies in Wales, Ireland and Scotland, but also in Greenland, Iceland, Poundland, Thailand, Tyrak and Burnham Market. What was the seasoned nature of your challenge that we love to hear so much, Graham?
It was repetition of hesitation.
That's right. There was a repetition of a hesitation. Yeah, there are more than one hesitations. You're saying, are you, Graham? Well, she really, in fairness, hardly had time to repeat the hesitation. I grant there was one hesitation, but you're saying there were two, and I didn't hear two hesitations there. So I feel I'm not going to uphold the challenge. Susan doing so marvellously on her debut appearance on the game that we love to play so much. It's back to you, Susan, with 79 seconds left to go. The clock had hardly started last time. Susan Calman with 79 seconds left to go of whatever the song was that we were singing in the game that we love to play so much. It ain't what you do, it's the way that we do it. Susan.
And results aren't as important as showing your workings, and that's what'll get you there. Objectively following orders, doing it at the right time is great.
And Tim has challenged. Tim, what was the nature of your challenge there?
There was a bit of deviation, hesitation and repetition.
I'm not sure I noticed it. Tim, a seasoned player of the game that we love to play so much, has been coming back for so many years now that he's quite frankly forgotten that he's no longer being invited. It is the game that we love to play so much, but I do feel that Susan was slightly unfairly challenged there. I don't think I can give that away. So it is back to Susan. Susan, of course, is from Glasgow, which is the city that I hail from. I actually come from Glasgow, which is I'm so able to do the Glasgow accent so accurately whenever I wish to dip in and out of it. I can, I can do the Glasgow accent. Huge man. Don't know where's your trousers. Glasgow, my hometown. But anyway, enough of my acting skills. Susan, with only 78 seconds left to go. He's back to you, Susan, playing for the first time the game that we love to play. Tim has challenged there.
I thought there was just a tiny bit of hesitation.
And in fairness, I think there was a hesitation there. I think bad luck there, Susan. You were so close there with it. You did go, but there was a little hesitation there. And Tim is a seasoned veteran of the game and frankly an old pedant. Which means it's very hard to get anything like that past him. So now that you've ruined her fun, Tim, it's down to you with only 2 seconds left to go.
It's not the thing you're on about.
Tim, what's that means that Tim gets the points, but didn't they do very well? Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a round of the Builder's Songbook. Samantha has to nip off now. She's having a lot of work done on her house. Last week there was a painter decorator downstairs and a roofer felter up in the loft. Away, I'll ask the teams to suggest titles of songs likely to be popular with the building trade. You can start this one, Graham.
When RSJs are smiling.
Barry.
Putty woman.
Tim.
Tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, right.
Susan.
When I saw her standing there.
Stand by your van.
Where have all the pliers gone?
Twist and grout.
Ceilings. Whoa, 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 ceilings.
The Deadwood stage is heading over the hill, so bum crack away, bum crack away, bum crack.
Smells like white spirit.
You've lost that lovely ceiling.
The tiles, they are a-changing.
Smack my pitch up.
When I'm 6x4.
It's very nearly the end of the show. All that remains is to take a look at the mystery object.
Oh.
Gosh.
What is it?
And with that, it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Norwich, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Susan Calman have been given Silly Things to Do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson, and the producer was John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Well, you join us this week on our visit to the historic city of Warwick. When the Romans arrived in this area in AD 52, they discovered a Stone Age tribe of cannibals. Following a short battle, a truce was called, and the legionnaire Tiberius was invited by the cannibals to discuss peace terms over a feast. However, he got cold feet, so he sent them back. The standardization of time measurement was defined by the Horological Synod of Warwick in 1206. The Council of Elders decreed that a year would comprise 365 units of 24 hours each, but couldn't arrive at a name for this unit. After 3 weeks of lengthy debate, the Synod members got fed up and agreed to call it a day. The electronics engineer, Alexander Preston, lived at Church Lane with his devoted wife and 7 children. Preston achieved celebrity in 1972 when he developed the first energy-saving light bulb. Sadly, from then on, he didn't see much of his family. The UK headquarters of the Feng Shui Society were established in Market Street, then Priory Road, then on the other side of Priory Road, and then Market Street again. University of Warwick mathematics professor Nigel Baxter wrote the definitive work on modern geometry. However, scandal arose on the campus when it was revealed Baxter was conducting simultaneous affairs with a dozen women and was in a love dodecahedron. Warwick and its historic buildings often feature in costume dramas such as Pride and Prejudice, Tom Jones and Moll Flanders, which is why in Warwick today it's not unusual to see vaguely remembered characters from a bygone age. Let's meet 4 of them. On my left, Barry Cryer and Tony Hawks. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Jeremy Hardy. And placing her seat on my left hand, please welcome our scorer, the ever-delightful Samantha. Okay, let's get going with the first round. As we're making our first visit to Warwick, it would be a waste of an opportunity not to design a special game paying tribute to the people of this fine city. Still, you can't have everything. So instead, teams, I'll ask you, please, to suggest titles of songs that would have been quite different if just one letter had been removed. Barry, you can start.
Boiled bee and carrot.
Tim?
When I'm cleaning widows.
Jeremy?
Blame it on the bogey.
Tony?
Don't put your daughter on the stag, Mrs. Worthington.
Bogey on Reggae Woman.
I'd like to teach the world to sin.
Bogey Wonderland.
The sound of you sick. Sounds a bit like that.
My grandfather's cock. A reference to poultry, come on.
I've got you under my ski.
Come on, feel the nose.
Regrets I've had a you.
Crazy whores.
Don, sit under the apple tree.
Suck in the middle with you.
Bras in pocket.
Get me to the church on Tim.
Tim is on my side.
As Tim goes by.
Living next door to lice.
Narky in the UK.
Oh, what a beautiful awning.
While my guitar gently wheezes.
Hey, you get off of my clod.
The lady is a tram.
Hello, submarine.
God have the Queen.
Not before the year's out, though.
Holding back the ears.
Well, the teams are going to sing for us now in the round called One Song to the Tune of Another. This game has been played for many years by the teams without whose talent it works okay. As it's a musical game, Colin Sell is back at the piano. Listeners, maybe. Don't give him hope. Listeners will be fascinated to learn that Colin is the country's leading expert on Purcell, but he also uses Daz and Ariel sometimes. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Barry. I would like you to sing the words of Psycho Killer to the tune of Old Man River.
I can't seem to face up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 better run, 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 run away. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Barry Cry. Well, credit where credit's due. Wasn't Colin Firth good in the King's Speech? Okay, so you now, Tim, I'd like you to sing the words of Girlfriend in a Coma by the Smiths to the tune of The Happy Wanderer.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know it's serious. Girlfriend in a coma, I know it's really serious. There were times when I could have murdered her, but you know I'd hate to do anything to happen to her. Do you really think that she'll pull through?
Your turn, Tony. I'd like you to sing the words of Uptown Top Rankin' by Althea and Donna to the tune of Scotland the Brave.
See me in me heels hunting them chicks, a whip and hitting through them. No hunting, we have them going hunting. Nah, pot no style at strictly roots. Nah, pot not strictly roots. See me on the road, I hear you call. Well, do me true, you see me in a pants hunting. See me in a halter back. See me get you a heart attack. Give me a little bass. Make me wine up me waist. Uptown top ranking. See me in the Benz and King.
So finally, Jeremy, I'd like you to sing the words of Music Was My First Love to the tune of Bob Dylan's Hey Mr. Tambourine Man.
Music was my first love and it will be my last. Music of the future, music of the past. To live without my music would be impossible to do. In this world of troubles, my music pulls me through. Music was my first love and it will be my last. Music of the future and music of the past. To live without my music would be impossible to do in this world of troubles. My music pulls me through. Music was my first love and it will be my last.
Well, let's move on. The teams are going to display their acting skills in the game called Sound Charades. This is based on the old TV favourite, Give Us a Clue, where the audience were kept in stitches by silent performances. Give Us a Clue's undisputed mime master was, of course, Lionel Blair. And he toured the show after it was dropped from TV, but became racked with stage fright. Una Stubbs recalls that before a show in Dublin, she discovered Lionel was locked in his dressing room, getting himself into a paddy. So Tim and Jeremy, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy.
It's 4 words, and it's a book and a film.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. Well, I must say you've got a varied CV.
Well, yeah, I mean, I started in the family, scrap metal business, the horse and cart and all that, and I thought, well, there's not much career progression in this. So that's when I moved into the garment trade. Yeah. And then I thought, well, why make suits for people when you can kill them?
Quite. So why do you want to leave the forces to come and work for us?
I'm just nosy, I suppose.
Taylor killing people. Mm-hmm. Taylor, the word Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy.
Okay, so it's your turn, Barry and Tony. Your title is now being exhibited on the laser display board. And here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Deal or no deal? Deal or no deal?
This is 4 words. Television.
So, next on the agenda, the new coastal route from London to Dover. Are we nearly there on this?
Well, nearly, Minister. There's just the issue of whether or not to demolish a Kent coastal town 8 miles northeast of Dover.
Yeah. It is a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah.
No longer.
What are we going to do?
Oh, that's my quaint phone. Hello? Really? Oh, that is an attractive offer. Goodbye. The end.
How many miles north of Dover was it?
I wasn't listening. 8 miles northeast of Dover.
That would be deal or no deal.
Okay, well, this year marks several important anniversaries. It's 100 years since the terrible sinking of the Titanic, 75 years since the Hindenburg disaster, and 45 years since the start of Just a Minute. But there is also another anniversary, as it's 40 years since the first edition of I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. What did the world look like in 1972? Well, one way to find out is to look at the newspapers back then. Another is to look at what Tim and Barry are wearing today. I've been provided with the first part of genuine newspaper headlines taken from the day of the first transmission, the 11th of April, 1972, which I'll ask the teams to complete. Okay, so Tony, you can start. Here is a headline from the Express. Dear Harold, this is not the way to run
away from William the Conqueror.
An opposition. One from the Mail for you, Jeremy. Thatcher's lose
Mark.
Again.
The actual answer was a roof. It's a story about them moving house. Barry, here's one for you. Walker found safe on
pavement outside bank.
on moors. Tim, here's one. This is actually an advert. It isn't easy to decide which contraceptive to use when you
want to transport a goldfish.
I think there is only one that would work, though, isn't there?
You stick it on a coil, couldn't you?
You could stick it on a coil. You could put some water in a cap, I suppose. You could, yeah, there's a few.
Oh. Okay, well... It says, when you get married, use Durex, better for both, it says.
Oh.
Yeah, both sex and transporting goldfish. Another headline for you, Tony. Mary Whitehouse tries to stop...
the 70s.
New BBC epic. Jeremy, here's another headline for you. Cut price family planning at the...
sawmill.
So many people are crossing their legs at this moment.
It's at the garage. Garages were stocking half-price condoms. Here's some for any of you to have a go at. This is from the Times. Princess Anne to miss...
penalty against Germany.
It's actually to miss badminton. French angry at losing favourite...
white flag.
TV shows. One from The Guardian, this is. Norbury Installation Group, another year of...
installing Norburys.
There's actually considerable advancement. From The Express, TV sex lessons didn't...
work, says Cliff Richard.
Go far enough. And finally, an advert from The Telegraph introducing this service for people who can't afford to choose the wrong
orifice.
Wrong office carpet.
I'll go.
What?
Close enough.
We move on now to take a look at panic buying. And we're all guilty, and it was feared the tanker drivers would go on strike. Barry stocked up with 200 gallons of petrol in jerry cans in his shed. But in the event, it turned out to be quite unnecessary when Barry remembered he's never owned a car. In this round, one team will be shopkeepers and the other team are customers out for a spot of panic buying. The shopkeeper's task is to figure out the event for which they are panic buying. So you can go first, Tim and Jeremy. Tim, you're the panic buyer, and you, Jeremy, are the shopkeeper. The occasion for which Tim is panic buying will now be displayed to the audience via the laser display board. And here once more is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
The plagues of Egypt. The plagues of Egypt.
Okay, Tim and Jeremy, you start shopping now.
Morning. How can I help you?
Have you got fine tooth combs?
For knits?
For knits?
Yeah. Yeah, don't be embarrassed at all. Yes, I've got one of those. I'll just put it in a bag for you because they are quite disgusting and horrible. Right, anything else at all?
Well, it's this nasty
Oh,
rash.
you've got a nasty rash. They're bigger than spots,
Some
aren't they?
cream,
Like
some
great
cream.
big. I think they're too big, those pimples for cream. I think you better see your GP and get them lanced, I think, really.
Okay, right.
Anything else I can help you with?
I'd like a big, strong umbrella.
A big straw. What, for you expecting a heavy downpour, are you?
Well, more than that, sort of hail. in fact.
Oh, right, hailstones. Okay, well, here you go. This is a nice sturdy one. I'll just wrap that up for you. And
Would you have a net for frogs?
Yes, I've got a net for frogs.
Yeah, good.
I'll just wrap that up for you
And
just
something
put a bit of paper on there. And there we go.
Right. Something that gets blood out of my bathing trunk.
Oh, you really should see a doctor if.
No, it's not me. It's the river.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Fair
hold
enough.
on,
Well,
do
you
you-
need a
do-
biological powder. I'll just. No, don't take them off in here. If you could just. Yeah, this is, if you just give them a pre-soak and then this powder ought to do that.
That's very helpful advice. Do you sell body armour?
Flak jackets, what size?
Oh, no, just for my oldest kid.
Oh, right. Okie-dokie.
Oh, that's it, I think.
That's it.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Have you
Yeah.
got a locust spray?
Yeah, I've got locust powder in here. Right, so that's £485,000.
English pounds?
No, Egyptian pounds.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
It's biblical, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I think you know what it is.
I can't remember the Bible. It's such a long time ago since.
Obviously nothing to do with the plague.
How very singular, Barry, that is.
The plagues.
Yes. The plagues on that God did to.
It's like a lesson at junior school.
The plagues
You're
on
not
that
listening.
he did to. Who did he do the plagues to in the Old Testament?
Bloody Egypt.
Bloody Egypt. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
I think we all did it.
Okay, your turn to be panic buyers now, Barry and Tony. The reason for Barry and Tony's panic buying will now be displayed to the audience via the laser display board. While here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Barry is going into a home. Barry is going into a home.
Okay, Barry and Tony, can you start shopping?
Right. Well,
Where are we?
we're. Dad, I explained. It's a supermarket, all right? I explained that.
Are you my son?
Start checking the things through, okay? Put them through first. So you need the nappies, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. Cat food.
Oh, yes.
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 Yeah, you're still eating that, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Don't. Hang on. What do you? Yeah, okay. Now scan it through. That's not going through, is it, Dad?
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Who was that? That's you. Don't get it out here. Anyway, put the laxatives back. You don't need any help there. Okay. Right, check the other things through. What else have you got?
Have the visitors been?
No, you don't need Viagra, do you?
Well, it stops me rolling out of bed.
Stunner stair lift? Do you want to get...
Yes, indeed.
I think that's it, really. We'll just check all those through. And there we are.
There's a high-speed one now, you know, the Stanner.
Is there?
Gets you upstairs before you've forgotten why you were going up.
I think this is a bit tasteless.
It's Barry's normal weekly shop, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a panic that he's getting old.
And he's going to go somewhere.
into
I know it.
into.
How clever is that horse?
Is this he's going into a home.
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I notice it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to squeeze in a round of Toff's Radio Times. Now, Samantha's been doing some domestic work for a local family of aristocrats who've provided lodgings at the village pub. Samantha says she finds the work exhausting and always looks forward to putting her legs up round the Duke's head of an evening. So, teams, your suggestions, please, of programmes that might be listed in an edition of the Radio Times aimed at the posh, the rich and the aristocracy. Tony, you can start.
Ready, steady, where's cook?
Barry?
The only way is Sussex.
We're sorry, but one absolutely hasn't a clue.
Jeremy?
Last of the Châteauneuf-du-Pape.
Upstairs.
My big fat gypsy trespasser.
Instead of casualty, formalty.
Who else wants to be a millionaire?
My name is Earl.
Second homes under the hammer.
Fox News.
Head gardener's question time.
Never mind the peacocks.
Birds of a feather, bang.
Meet the Osborns.
Only fools on horses.
Tough gear.
Au-pair Winfrey.
The Glyndebourne supremacy.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the Olympic sprinter of time smashes the 100 metres record of fate and the spectators of despair smash the Heathrow immigration desk of eternity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself and our audience here in Warwick, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Tim Brooke-Taylor, Tony Hawks and Jeremy Hardy were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson, and the producer was John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week on a visit to Stoke-on-Trent in the county of Staffordshire. During the Industrial Revolution, Stoke was a major coal mining centre. It was a hazardous occupation with the presence of poisonous and explosive gases. It was the mining engineer Thomas Alsop who discovered that if he took a canary down a coal mine where methane or carbon monoxide were present, the canary would die. But then he found it was easier just to smack it on the head with a hammer. This area can boast two rival football clubs, Port Vale and another one. Supporters of Port Vale were shocked to learn recently that in a training session the team were discovered having a kickabout with a hedgehog, and by the time the RSPCA got there, the hedgehog was winning 3-0. The notorious gangster known as Mad Ernie Ellis ruled Stoke's underworld for many years, operating extortion and protection rackets. He retired after he was beaten about the head by thugs employed by the owner of a pub chain. Some say it was Weatherspoon, but it was more likely with a baseball bat. The two most famous people born in Stoke are Robbie Williams, the singer-songwriter, and Edward J. Smith, the captain of the Titanic. It's difficult to say which of them is held in higher affection here. It is, of course, well recorded that as the Titanic sank, the band in the ballroom played on regardless. But they're not the only performers prepared to keep going, ignoring the disaster developing around them. Let's meet the teams. They are on my left, Barry Crime, Graham Garden. And on my right, Tim Brooke Taylor and Omid Delili. And taking her place at the desk next to me, please welcome our scorer, the ever-delightful Samantha. Okay, well, we start with a look at movie titles, which are a tiny bit longer than intended. So, teams, your suggestions, please, of film titles which would have been quite different if just one extra letter had been added. Barry, you can start.
The Lady Varnishes.
Tim?
Meet Men in St. Louis.
Ahmed?
Cinema Paradisco.
Graham?
A View to a Kilt.
Some Like It Shot. Das Booty.
Closet Encounters.
Dr. Knob.
The Good, the Bald and the Ugly. I was in that.
How to Strain Your Dragon.
Gregory's a Girl. A Bridge Too Fart. Fart from the Madding Crowd. Shaving Private Ryan.
Well, it's music time now, where the teams sing one song to the tune of another. This is a regular popular round, although not nearly as popular as the round where the teams sing no song to the tune of none other. Piano accompaniment will be provided by Colin Snell. It's an interesting fact that although we know Colin now as a pianist, he actually spent some time as an Elvis impersonator. He got jailed for fraud in 1974. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Barry. I'd like you to sing the words of I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats to the tune of Tulips from Amsterdam.
The silicone chip inside her head gets switched to overload. And nobody's gonna go to school today. She's gonna make them stay at home. And Daddy doesn't understand it. He always said she was as good as gold. He can see no reason, 'cause there are no seasons. What reason do you need to be shown? Tell me why. I don't like Mondays. Tell me why.
Barry Cryer doing incredibly well when you consider that he's actually approaching his 80th birthday. So, yeah. I'm just saying you're approaching your 80th birthday.
Have the visitors been?
You now, Tim. I'd like you to sing the words of Cocaine, a hit for Eric Clapton, to the tune of Who Do You Think You Are Kidding, Mr. Hitler?
If you wanna hang out, you've got to take her out. Cocaine if you wanna get down. Down on the ground, cocaine, she don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie. Cocaine if you've got bad news, you wanna kick them blues. Cocaine, when your day is done and you wanna run. Cocaine.
Okay, you, Ahmed, I'd like you to sing the words of the Marrow song to the tune of The Girl from Ipanema.
Down the road there lives a man I'd like you all to know. He grew a great big marrow for the local flower show. And when the story got around, they came from far and wide. And when people saw the marrow, everybody cried. Oh, what a beauty. I've never seen one as big as that before. Oh, what a beauty. It must be 2 foot long or even more. Oh, it's such a lovely colour and nice and round and fat. I've never thought a marrow could grow as big as that. Oh, what a beauty. I've never seen one as big as that before. Oh, what a beauty.
And finally, Graham, I'd like you to sing the words of Milkshake by Khalees to the tune of Gilbert and Sullivan's Ruler of the Queen's Navy.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours.
His milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like,
damn right, it is better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. I know you want the thing that makes me what the guys go crazy for.
What the guys go crazy for.
They lose their minds the way I rhyme. I think it's time to warm it up.
They lose their minds by the way he rhymes.
He thinks it's time to warm it up.
So we move on to the next round, which is about burglary. Now, the increasing crime rate is often put down to our soft penal system. British prisons these days are more like holiday camps, full of 1970s entertainers. So in this game, the home of one team has been ransacked by a celebrity burglar, and the opposing team are detectives who will try to identify the burglar based on what items have been stolen or vandalised. So Barry and Graham, your home is the first to be burgled, and the identity of your famous burglar is now being displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson.
Okay. Barry and Graham, so you're to start describing the state in which you find your freshly burgled home in order to assist detectives Tim and Omid deduce the identity of the celebrity burglar.
Oh, look at this mess.
I'm glad you're here, officers.
Yes, we are here. Tell us
been
what you've seen.
Well, it's the hole in the wall, isn't it? Like somebody's driven a bulldozer through it. And they've nicked your collection of novelty lighters.
Yes. Lighter in the shape of Attila the Hun.
Yeah. I'll tell you. They even got your lighter in the shape of Genghis Khan, and that was carefully hidden. He must have been standing slightly to the right of that. And a caravan's gone.
Yes.
Well,
bits all over
most of them, but some still smouldering.
Yeah.
And
bag of hamster food went.
That did, yes. And your jeans, your pair of jeans, your special jeans with the paunch support front panel.
Yes.
And he didn't steal the car, luckily. They took the diplomatic plates off it, though. Yeah. And what was that other one? Oh, the book, yeah. They took a book off the shelf. Xenophobia for Dummies. We were shattered, weren't we? You were
yes,
rattled.
indeed. You saw the getaway, though.
Yeah.
Made their getaway in a Ferrari Testosterone.
Took my caravan. It sounds like a very right and left person here. Is that right?
You're half right.
It must be a UKIP person then, isn't it?
No.
It could almost be.
It's not Jeffrey Archer, is it?
No.
Not Jeffrey.
Oh. Not Archer.
I think the car he got away with is probably a bit of a clue too, officer.
How did you get this job, officer?
Top Gear we're talking now. You can say the name.
Jeremy Clarkson.
It's your turn to be burgled, Tim and Ahmed, and the identity of your celebrity burglar will now be displayed to the audience via the laser display board. And once again, here's the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin.
Tim and Ahmed, please describe the state of your newly burgled house.
Well, hello, officers. Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
Now,
What's
whoever
all this then?
he's left his shirt behind for some reason.
He's taken all the CDs.
Really? Which ones?
He's taken them all. He's just left the Pet Shop Boys, the Village People, and the complete works of Julian Clary.
Look at the aquarium. He's taken the fish, but the tanks are all lined up on the lawn.
Although there are a number of people in the annex. I think the annex has been annexed. So my mistake, he's left a note. The annex has not been annexed.
Well, it's cold in here. I think he must have switched off the gas.
We need to report this crime on TV. We've got to get it on Crime Watch Ukraine.
He's certainly upset the cats. Look at the state of them, poor little pussies.
Jeremy Clarkson? Oh, that'd cause a riot, that, wouldn't it?
Hey, I think he's Okay, time's up.
We think it's Vladimir Putin.
This next round is all about giving advice. And by the way, we have to correct a misunderstanding from the last time we did this, when we explained that the best way to stop your dog from chasing the postman was to have him neutered. We meant the dog. We must apologise to George Watkins of Lichfield. Georgina, as he's now known. In this game, I'll read out excerpts from Lord Baden-Powell's Scouting for Boys, from which certain words or phrases have been removed, and the team should try to guess what the missing sections might have been. So we'll start with you, please, Tim, and the first excerpt to complete is this. Every boy ought to learn how to shoot and to obey orders, else he is no more good when war breaks out than...
France.
The real answer is an old woman and merely gets killed like a squealing rabbit, being unable to defend himself. Barry, one for you. About bees alone, whole books have been written. Bees are a model community, for they respect their queen and...
are always well beehived.
In fact, he says they respect their queen and kill their unemployed. Ahmed. Ahmed, one for you. There is nothing manly about getting drunk. Once a man gives way to drink, it ruins his health, his career and his happiness, as well as that of his family. There is only one cure for this disease, and that is...
opium.
Never to get it. Graham, if you ever feel tempted to bet on a dog or a horse or on cards, take hold of yourself and think of the 11th Scout Law.
Then let go of yourself before you break the 12th.
The 11th Scout Law is a scout is not a mug. Here are some for any of you to have a go at. See what you make of these. To be chivalrous, a man must put woman on a pedestal and see...
up her skirt.
And see all that is best in her. I used to do the trick of squatting down on the floor and putting one leg over the back of my neck. I was doing it in a play one night and I got
a yes from Louis Walsh.
Actually, I got stuck. I couldn't get my leg back again, so I said in an undertone to the girl who was acting with me,
"Can you help me get my leg over, please?"
Actually, he said, "Pull my leg, for goodness sake, pull my leg." I've told you of the dangers of drink and of smoking, but there is another practice which is perhaps more dangerous than either of them, and is one which is sure to tempt every one of you at one time or another. The practice is called...
Sorry, I can't read this bit. My eyesight's gone.
The practice is called self-abuse. Goodness knows, I don't object to high spirits or occasional rowdiness. I have enjoyed them myself most heartily and played the fool to an extent that I should be ashamed of now, to think that I ever played the game of...
adjusting my trousers and doing an imitation of an elephant.
He said, to think that I ever played the game of the bounding brothers of the Bosphorus. Do you know it? Well, you pile all the furniture in the room into a pyramid, legs of the chairs upwards for choice, and place a good solid table well out in front of it. Then each competitor takes it in time to run at the table, turn head over heels on it, landing on the pyramid and not forgetting to shout as he does so,
"Call an ambulance! Whose bloody idea was this?"
Not forgetting to shout as he does so, "I'm a bounding brother of the Bosphorus." It's a game we play all the time, obviously. And finally, the result of self-abuse is always, mind you, always, that the boy, after a time, becomes weak and nervous and shy. He gets headaches and probably palpitations of the heart. And if he still carries it on too far, he very often goes,
"Yes!"
goes out of his mind and becomes an idiot. Well, the teams will use their writing skills next. Written English is incredibly subtle, the meanings changing simply by use of upper and lower case. For example, if you write polish with a capital P, it becomes a nationality. With a capital R, reading becomes an English town. And imagine how this sentence changes when you remove the capital letter J. Tommy helped his Uncle Jack off his horse. Each team will take it in turn to improvise the letters sent between two famous figures, with the players providing one word each at a time. So Barry and Graham, I'd like you to start by composing a letter from local potter Josiah Wedgwood to King George III. Then Tim and Omid will come up with a reply and so on. So off you go, please, Barry and Graham.
Dear Majesty,
I
am
engaged
in
making
the
coronation
mug
that
you
requested,
namely
the
mug
of
your
coronation,
which
I
am
particularly
making
today.
Yes,
today.
Now,
look
here.
This
mug
has
3
sides
and
1
bottom
and
2
tops.
Unusual,
I
think,
don't
you?
Therefore,
what
do
you
think
I
should
paint
on
the
mug?
Because
I
have
heard
that
you
do
strange
and
worrying
yet
exotic
things
in
your
mugs.
I
Would
like
to
paint
you
in
the
nude.
How
About
that
if
you
come
round
soon,
would
you
visit
me
and
my
mugs
in
Stoke
upon
Trent?
Yes.
Stoke.
Because
I
live
in
Stoke
and
love
Stoke.
In
conclusion,
let
me
say
just
one
word.
Goodbye.
Josiah.
Dear Josiah, what the hell do you think you are talking about? Because I am hoping that you are going to paint my bottom as a pair of elephants. Full stop. So, how about you painting me as a satire? Where did that come from? On horseback riding. On the left plane of the Salisbury. Full stop. Do you take my advice on all things mug? Question mark. Because I'm hoping you will come to my palace and give me one. Full stop. Lots of love from Georgie Porgy.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time for the breakfast songbook. And so I'll ask the teams to suggest titles of songs that would suit everyone who enjoys their breakfast. Graham, can you start, please?
Thank you for the muesli.
Barry?
The first time I ever saw your flakes.
Tim?
Fried bread of heaven.
They liked you at the beginning, didn't they? Omid?
Stand by all Bran. Still in the Welsh, we'll kip a welcome in the hillsides.
Fry me a liver.
Muffin compares to you.
Stuck on the griddle with you.
Hey, hey, we're having a pot of tea.
I sniffed a grill and I licked it.
Regrets I've had a brew. Then again, Thai food to mention.
It's my pot of tea and I'll cry if I want to.
Big grills don't fry. The crumpet voluntary.
A ricicle made for two.
Kedgeree and ivory. I mean, we like to sing these.
Absolutely, yeah.
Granola gay. Smoothie operator. Hit the toast rack.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the Domino's pizza delivery boy falls off his scooter, and one by one, all the other Domino's pizza boys fall off theirs. I notice it's the end of the show, so from the team, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Stoke, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Harry Cryer, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Olive Jalili were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Patterson, and the producer was Ron Naismith.